So there is one known issue with AR or VR that could be completely destroying any progress being made. But there is one company that is developing the technology right now to solve that issue. This can help with blur, eye strain, or nausea when using any of these devices, and at the same time could put me out of a job as being an eye doctor. So the big issue that we're talking about here is something called the Vergence-Accommodation conflict, or VAC, and this is something I've talked about in other videos, and it's still an issue with pretty much any virtual reality device that you're using. Also can be an issue in AR glasses as well. Now in the real world, there are two systems that work in harmony together to allow you to see a single and clear image. And to show you what I mean, this is something you can test out at home. If you go to your window and maybe look at a tree or something really far away, when you look at that tree, the first system will point your eyes in the direction that you're looking at the tree, allowing you to see a single tree, not something double. Your eyes won't be pointing in different directions or anything like that. This is called your vergence ranges. You can diverge to see something far and converge to see something close up. And at the same time, your focusing muscles will adjust the light focused to your retina to allow you to see that tree clearly. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a pencil or maybe your phone and then quickly look at your phone. Those two systems will change at the same time because they have a harmony and work together, meaning your eyes will point at the same direction at your phone so that you see a single phone or a single pencil. And at the same time, your focusing muscles will change the lens shape inside of your eye to allow you to change the light direction to focus that light to a single point on your retina, making your phone or your pencil clear. This focusing process is called accommodation. So in the real world, we do have a vergence and accommodation harmony that work together to provide you with natural vision. Okay, so now if we're talking about in the world of VR, it works a little bit different. VR shows you just a fixed focal plane image, meaning that that image is set at a certain distance and it doesn't change the distance. So meaning that your eyes will accommodate, it will focus to that distance and then never has to change again during the whole time that you're in VR. But in order to simulate depth, it does shift the angle and the distance of the image back and forth to simulate depth. And this will kick in your vergence muscles, your vergence system, meaning that your eyes will diverge, look farther away, it will converge to look close up, allowing you to judge depth, but will not change your focusing system. And this is where the conflict happens, because in the natural world, those two systems work in harmony together and do well. It's completely natural. But in the VR world, they have to work separately. And because you go from a natural harmonious system in the real world to VR, people will have this conflict, and it affects some people more than others because your system has to separate and work differently. And so that's where you might get the blur sometimes. You can definitely get eye strain, and a lot of people might experience nausea no matter what they do. Okay, so now enter the company C-Real, where one of their main purposes is to solve this issue. And they do this by using something called a light field display. So instead of using a flat image or two images that are shown to each eye and just kind of spacing it out to simulate depth, they use this light field display or light field component to display an image through multiple different spots on the eye, so it will have multiple different perspectives at the same time. In fact, it shows 6,000 images a second to build this 3D immersive image in augmented reality or in virtual reality. And because it does this, it builds a more natural viewing that allows your systems to work together and work in harmony. So meaning if you're wanting to look at a tree far away, to make it single, your eye muscles will move. And because it's using multiple different images from different perspectives, it allows you to change your focus as well, which solves the Vergence-Accommodation conflict. Now this is crazy awesome technology, and I can go way more in depth into it, but I recommend checking out their website. They have some videos on there that describe it and explain it better. So I'll put the link to their website and links to other videos that explain it. But the other thing I want to mention is that this same technology can be used in vision care and may have the potential to make it so you don't even have to wear glasses or put VR prescription lens inserts into your VR, because they might just be able to help your vision while you're using VR or augmented reality glasses. It's crazy. They actually have a whole dedicated section to vision care, at least being able to determine your prescription using the same technology. They can develop a digital device that allows you to look in there, and because this technology allows your eyes to work the same way in the real world, it will develop a program that you run yourself. The doctor isn't in there saying, hey, which lens is better? Which one do you like better? Number one, number two. This is part of what I do all day, showing people lenses, what will work better in their glasses. But instead, they're in this device, controlling it themselves. They actually have a controller selecting which image looks better. And by showing them different images, it can determine which prescription would work best for them. Now, this has so much promise that they have teamed up with Zeiss to try and develop this technology. Now, if this does get developed, this can possibly replace the good old classic phoropter that we use in our offices every day to determine prescriptions. It also can be used in what we are seeing in other countries and sometimes in America, kiosks, where patients can go in, they can get in this digital device and get their glasses prescription with them controlling the controller, not even seeing a doctor. Now, I was half kidding that this might put me out of a job, because a lot of what I do, in fact, most of what I do is not the classic, hey, which one's better, one or two. I am doing a lot of visual refractions and visual care, but there is a big portion of eye health that does not include that, so I won't be put out of a job. But if this technology does develop, we may be seeing a lot more kiosks showing up, maybe just in the mall. If you want to get, hey, new glasses, I need a new prescription, put a quarter in this machine and get your prescription. I know it probably won't be a quarter, it probably costs more money, but you could theoretically do that. And this is something that is done in other countries, but with this technology, it could be a lot more accurate. At the same time, with this program, it is potentially possible to make things clearer naturally in virtual reality or augmented reality just by using the digital program, meaning that this person wouldn't need to use their glasses or their VR prescription inserts. They could do it digitally and see it really well just because it corrects the vision by using this technology. Now, that being said, we are in the development stages of this technology, especially with the augmented reality displays, the virtual reality displays. But I do think that the vision care part we will see sooner. Like I said, they have teamed up with Zeiss to develop this technology, and so this is something that might be coming sooner than we think. Now, will it put me out of a job? I don't think so, at least not for what I do, because I do a lot more than just refractions or determining prescriptions. But I do think it can disrupt or change the industry on how things work and how things are done. But we'll have to see. What are your thoughts?